Hey guys, welcome back to the Ant-Analysis for the Week 5 recap. Week 5 started off with Rams-Niners on Thursday night. It was a pretty good game. I think the 49ers played significantly better than I think anybody was expecting them to. I think with as well as the Rams have been playing for at least the start of the season, nobody was really expecting the Rams to really have trouble on Thursday night with the Niners, but the Niners actually came away with the win, kind of shocking everybody. Pretty good game overall. Uh, Mac Jones played extremely well, got the ball spread out, and on the other side of the football, Matthew Stafford had a really good game. Kind of struggled early, but the second half really picked it up. I honestly believe that the Rams losing that game is kind of on Sean McVay for the play call. They went for it on 4th and 1, and they set up in formation to run it pretty clearly. The Niners were definitely ready for it, and they stopped Kyren Williams short of the line of scrimmage. In that situation, I believe that with as well as Stafford had been playing the second half, McVay should have called it some play-action style play for Stafford to kind of really make that decision on the field on kind of what he felt like it should have been, and I think they would have had a better chance to win. For the Niners, Mac Jones was 33 of 49 for 342 yards and 2 touchdowns. McCaffrey had 22 carries for 57 yards, so a pretty slow run game for him, but he also accrued 8 catches for 82 yards and a touchdown. And then Bourne had 10 catches for 142 yards. So like I said, a pretty effective game overall for the Niners, especially to come away with a win. Stafford on the other side was 30 for 47 for 389 yards and 3 touchdowns. Kyren Williams had 14 carries for 65 yards, but also got 8 catches for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. Devontae Adams had 5 catches for 88 yards. Puka Nacua had 10 catches for 85 yards and 2 touchdowns. So again, on the other side, a pretty effective game for the Rams. Like I said, I think McVay needs to hand that one to Stafford and let him really make that decision to see kind of how he feels it plays out on the field. And I think the Rams would have a better chance to win that game. Sunday morning was the Vikings-Browns, was also a really good game. I think a lot of people were expecting the Browns to really kind of shut down the Vikings offense, especially since they'd been kind of shutting other teams down with how well their defense had been playing. But Minnesota handled it well, especially late, and ended up coming away with a win. For Vikings fans, I think it was pretty exciting to see that despite kind of inconsistent quarterback play, they can still win games and kind of put games away. Carson Wentz was 25 of 34 for 236 yards and a touchdown. Cam Akers was 1 of 1. He had 1 pass for 32 yards and a touchdown. And that was really his only contribution to the game, but it was pretty big and definitely helped out. Jordan Mason had 13 carries for 52 yards and a touchdown, and Justin Jefferson had 7 catches for 123 yards. So, like I said, a pretty good game for Minnesota overall. On the other side, it was Dylan Gabriel's first start. He played a pretty effective game. Not too many mistakes, no turnovers, so I think for a rookie, kind of the best possible outcome despite not getting the win. He was 19 for 33 for 190 yards and 2 touchdowns. Judkins had 23 carries for 110 yards, and Njoku had 6 catches for 67 yards and a touchdown. Pretty balanced attack overall. No one on the offense really took over for receiving, so Njoku was kind of their leader there. The Buccaneers played the Seahawks, and that was honestly probably the game of the week. Super exciting game, high scoring. Both offenses were just kind of unstoppable all day, so it was really good to see. Baker Mayfield was all over the place, just getting everything done. Sam Darnold had a super effective day. Both quarterbacks were super accurate all day. I guess the only thing to really take away is that both the defenses kind of faltered there, but I don't know if it was bad defense or just better offensive play. Mayfield was 29 of 33 for 379 yards and 2 touchdowns. Rachaad White had 14 carries for 41 yards, 2 touchdowns. Egbuka had 7 catches for 163 yards and a touchdown, and Otten had 4 catches for 81 yards. So the Bucs were pretty effective on offense, and the numbers definitely show it. But Seattle was right there with them the whole day. There wasn't really a score that was unanswered. No one really got up at more than 7 at one point, so it was a really good game to watch. For Seattle, Darnold was 28 of 34 for 341 yards, 4 touchdowns. Unfortunately, he had a pick late that kind of really sealed it for him, and that's kind of what cost Seattle the game. Walker had 10 carries for 86 yards. Jackson Smith-Njigba had 8 catches for 132 yards and a touchdown, and Barner had 7 catches for 53 yards and 2 touchdowns. Other notable things from the week, the Panthers had a comeback win to beat the Dolphins. That was a pretty exciting game. I think Mike McDaniel's definitely in the hot seat now after this week especially. So we'll kind of see, but exciting news for Panthers fans to really have a win after kind of falling flat last week against the Patriots. The Cardinals really just kind of choked away their win. They should have had that one in the bag, honestly. They had an interception that was really sealed the game. That would have sealed the game off, except for they fumbled it into the end zone for a touchdown for the Titans. So the Titans walk away with their first win of the season with that game. The Broncos rally late to beat the Eagles. That was kind of surprising. Everyone thought I think the Eagles were going to walk away with that one, but the Broncos defense really stepped up. This was the first game in quite some time that Hurts had close to 40 pass attempts, and they ended up losing because of that. The Saints walk away with their first win of the season over the Giants. Texans really crushed the Ravens. It was nice to see C.J. Stroud kind of get back to form and really showcase what he could do his rookie year, especially for the down year that he had last year. Monday night showed the Patriots upset the Bills. The Bills had a couple of turnovers, which was pretty uncharacteristic of them, and the Patriots definitely took advantage of that. Big news from Tuesday was Joe Flacco is being traded to the Bengals from the Browns, so division rivals. But with the way Jake Browning has been playing, it's not surprising. I think everyone, especially Cincinnati fans, were hoping for them to make a move to get somebody else in there with Jake Browning struggling. And I do believe the expectation is for Flacco to start this week against the Packers, so we'll see how that goes. That's all for this week's Ant Analysis. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.